I'm trying to speak as clearly as possible. Take note that I will rank all the anime in the season in the last part, which is probably ended in part 12. Another 7 episode, maybe it's 13 or 14. Yes, in 14, in part 14, which is maybe 15, because there's also an episode where the last episode I will do a mini review, what if anime good or bad or not. So I'm trying to speak clearly as possible. Sorry for the late, because well, I am trying to do everything on my own pace. Because I review all of the 35 anime, and I don't know if it's like what anime do I drop, but a lot of anime. Like people just maybe like normal people just watch 10 anime per episode, but me, I just wanted to watch all of them. Like fuck it, the next seasons. I don't care about the next season anymore. Like maybe watch Classroom of Elite, but yeah, I'm just trying to talk about all of the anime in the seasons. So keep in mind that the next I will do it on my own pace, because I wanted roughly as much details as possible. So, but I know that the time is also the important things to make it on time so people could watch it, but it doesn't matter anymore, because well, people are already watching the next season and doesn't care about the reviews. Like normally people doesn't care about the review anyway, and when I'm late, like no one's care about it. So the Virgin Road episode 5, I am misunderstanding this anime as this anime world building more perfect, and I think that why Fast doesn't eliminate Noblesse as more power, and the truth is that Fast helped them. And so a big twist and here and there in EG moments. I like the backstory. People may say it's generic, but there's a lot of betraying and there's a lot of fighting scene. I like the world building. I like the world building, and I like the fighting scenes of this anime. As the animation is good, so the score of the Virgin Road is great, as you can see on the second screen that I opened on the the screen on the middle bottom. So the calming in the episode 5, what I call characterizations. Like there's a lot of rap, there's a lot of moments, there's a lot of shots that I think that it will make a great feeling of the characterizations. Like it's good. Kabe, and there's a lot of rap moment that I think generally I'm a person that not much listening to rap, but and I think that most of the anime rap is just kind of pretentious or just kind of wannabe, and so I just kind of feel annoyed. But this anime is just make it feels fresh and feels cool. Is what I think about characterization of the Kabe, and his personality frames the effects shot and his problem obsession of the Kabe to rap. His problem, just one episode we knew this much about Kabe, shows how he want to rap about, but he can't. So the score of this anime also great, and you see that this this you will see that this season there's a lot of the great anime. In episode 5 I give a lot of the anime high score. um the next anime that I am talking about is the Aimon. So the Aimon, this episode 5, beautiful ending which spoil cats. There's a lot of this part A and part B and ending, and mixing it together at the end, and kind of present it in terms of chilling and serious, and cut the scenes, that kind of stuff. Eroistic-Ke sent the confections by the predecessor as he connected the theme of life, of love, and sent it to him to fix himself. And so these confections, this meaning of the confections in this episode also take part, and the score is also great. So the next episode of the the next anime that I'm talking about is Aoashi. It takes me surprise Aoashi in episode 5. Not about the only football soccers, but Aoashi also have the relationship and reality of the situation that our main protagonist put in. Not just changing the town. You need, like, the mom. There's a lot of the family you left behind, about the money, about the stuff, about your life. You need to change everything. It's not only about changing the homes. So she also have this realistic aspect of playing football, which you can only get in playing football, in watching anime about football, not the real football that you watch. The real soccer are really proud of you since birth. Mom, whether always she's mom of Aoi, whether Aoi says or not, none of that matter. Mom wants Ashito go on his dream, not just in cliche way of follow your dream. It's about people who support you too. In this anime episode 5, it's about changing your career, changing everything. Well, some anime make it seems like normal deal. Aoashi dive in feeling of mom, and how she support him, and how big deal effort changing everything is, and feeling of everyone. It's not just about going following your dream, shonen type, without everyone else care to care about your surrounding and your environment and the stuff around you. You need to think in more realistic way of changing the thing around you. So it is outstanding. In this episode, I expect that this anime would be this great. Tate, next anime that I'm gonna talk about is Tate no Yusha. Let me erase the outstanding score. Tate no Yusha, Season 2, Episode 5, Tate no Yusha. What the fuck happened? Another doing bad because he's weak inside villain. The score is boring and still a bit. If this continue on for like 2 episodes, later in the episode 7, I drop this anime. Otome Game episode 5. Like my video is just half of the editing and half of the, like, half script, half realistic type of show. Like, because there's a lot of chaos around me. I can't doing live stream because, well, sometimes I need to pause and go to the toilet. Sometimes there's someone in my room, and a lot of chaos happening. So let me game episode 5. This anime is great in episode 5. Of the king, prince, and abuse stuff of abuse of the power, politics, no one right, no one wrong. Story fast. Presents the story in fast pace of our protagonist to Angelica to politic of this anime. Opening and ending is great. Angelica using her whole life of His Highness and to God reveals. Leon helped her to open His Highness' eyes that Mary left is foul. Thus Mari is just a person who is opportunist uses him. Really great. A lot of the down and up this anime Mary group gone down and Leon gone up. A lot of the great plot. You might think that I'm trying to praise this anime while it's not being that good. I agree. Animation is not the it's not charming in characters. Design is mostly slideshow, but this episode, but I still think that this episode is great. Twist and turn of the story out, and our main protagonist and Angelica and all of their team up. A lot of the ultimate game gimmick applied to make use of the thing. I think this episode is of ultimate game is perfect. So the score, maybe it's a bit much, I don't know. Like, I just abuse my score. It's outstanding. So 勇者夢ます in episode 5. Like most people already dropped this anime, but I think that I will watch it, and it is a payback to me that I watch it. Being honest in conversation is a good art. Another banger like philosophy of freedom. It's okay to go out as long as you don't regret. You need to have to understand, and listening is part of the conversation. Although listening only is kinda feels awkward, but sometimes contradicts that Leo doesn't listen to others, as he sometimes struck his knowledge to others while only he is, doing what he wants to, just kind of selfish. But the score is good. Okay, so in the next one is our Shigimori. As you probably, I think that Shigimori episode 5. I know, like, I dislike up and down in seasonal anime enormous, but this episode of Shigimori is just like, I like the sweetness in this episode, because it's just pointless in the other episode. Like, I know that people hate Shigimori in my anime list website. There's a lot of people drop in the episode 3, but I still watch it. Because, well, I have no life other than anime, and so I like the train scenes in this episode. Everyone slowly sleep at the end, and sleep on the train. Slowly sleep, and I like the train scene. As I said, everyone slowly sleep at the end. Left Izumi thinking, reflect about his trip, and sleep up to Shigimori, where actually get Izumi to his side like I normal like my tongues is killing me, but I normally didn't like this anime that is too sweet considering my favorite rom-com story is anime. Like this sure another episode trip of the trip in rom-com. But it's feels just right amount of the everything characters, interactions, the dialogue, art, just funny, drama, thrilling, loving feeling. The relationship plot should not break us as much as the sweet, naive, life moments exist only. And the score is also good. And so, Aren, episode 5, also another rom-com. This episode, Harali's fight. Ideas get some teeny naive moments that I think personally better than Timori. At last, few minutes because it's genuine feeling worry of idea that Aren did not help but has helped out with just words of thank you could do this much. Like because Aren feels sorry to Ryder because he also feels thank you to feel gratitude to Ryder because she doesn't help she got help by Ryder a lot of the time, but because she isn't really as much observance, she isn't noticing anything around her that much. So Ryder helped him a lot of the time, but in the weird moment, like Ryder left his zip open on his pants, Aren helped him because she wanted to. She helped him in a weird way, and like they support each other in the weird way. Still, Horali's idea gag with the futaba voice actor here, like this anime always brings a lot of the interesting ideas, brings a lot of the random gag to the table, which is interesting because, well, the score of this anime is outstanding. And so, the next anime is the anime that I really like about. Probably one of my favorite anime in the season. It's called Shashiku-san, which doesn't exist, no problem. Chashiku-san, anime from the Twitter manga. I think that Chashiku has the budget problem. Chashiku doesn't have a lot of the still picture scene. Despite that, Chashiku made it up with the voice actor and the cuteness of the story and the the plot of the series and its cuteness nature. And so cute new characters in episode 3. Because I didn't reveal Chashiku episode 3, 4 and 5, I would reveal it at one time. I reveal episode 4, 3 and 4 first, and episode 5 I will reveal later, as I feel that reveal all of them is just overwhelming. But in the episode 3, killed new characters, killed fan service idea of helping Chashiku to get better. Nothing much has happened that made the story more interesting, and Slice of Life also needs some plot point for Pooh to pull us into attention and some kind of the thing that will pull us not just even if it's not twist, maybe Charlie could pause, maybe her like the story need to move forward. There's a fan service or some drama, which episode 5 does. Nothing need to be big. And this episode is good. Episode 4 of Chachiku's song, trying to help Chachiku get into the new clauses, incorporate the 2 new courses to help Chachiku-san. Doesn't have any good pure of idea like Chachiku getting bad. Curtis in the story is treated as Chachiku's job as not serious enough to story make Chachiku goes to the office, and this point thing could have changed, or in reality it could happen that Chachiku couldn't go to the office because of her body and needed to get out of the job. She can't bear this anymore and get out of the job, and thus 2 guys need not 2 girls. There's one cat monster, like that the cat that is new courses. That's just Miyako. That is not the ghost. She is the monster, which like there's probably that conspiracy theory behind this anime that these gays are Shaichu maybe just thinking by herself, and she's just gone crazy and think about these 2 exist in just her mind, but probably not because they are helping her. Or maybe there's just guys, there's just like monster that exists, like who knows. But in episode 5, they doesn't Chachiku, no one could see Chachiku song, but the people in this episode sees Chachiku song. But I don't know how this the rules in this anime work about the case. And like Chachiku should have quit the job and something should change, as I say, because of her body and need to get out of the job. She can't bear this anymore. Get out of the job. These 2 guys need to guide Chachiku's song, not just treating this as kids matter. Like, why do these girls exist if they're not helping the Chachiku-san? And make normal list of life seems like helping Chachiku clean course and office job as means to do it, but doesn't touch on the big matter. The story has to touch the bigger matter in order to move forward in more interesting dimension of the story and slice of life in more difficult life, because it's easy, it's not challenging to watch, it's boring, it's not having any drama enough. Like I didn't need that much drama, but there's need to be some kind of problem that Chachiku still getting herself to work while her body and mind doesn't can't bear it. Like there need to be some consequences or something that happened. Like this manga is on Twitter. I does not mean that I am not expect anything from the Twitter manga, but as you know, Koroshi is also from Big Zeep, so probably there's not much of the magazine. Like I see that this anime is from some magazine, but if she is independent, the story the independent mangaka, the story tend to be kind of, not having much of the interesting, like, pulling point in in between progressing the story much, because there's no editor, or maybe that is, but there's not enough tension for you to pulling up in each week of the story enough, because it's not, because the environment of people who publish in the Shonen Jump, or the people that publish on maybe others serious magazines, have to in each week keep the story going and not making it cancel. So Shashiku-san will having interesting concept ideas and kind of plot in each episode. I know that it is slice of life, but it has to be some plot progressing. Otherwise, this anime gonna be. I love this anime too. I love this anime, so I have to critique this anime so much. It has to be some plot points. Otherwise, it will be just another anime that goes on and doesn't have any pulling point in it, and it just kind of feels like you just doesn't invest in it enough. It's that feeling that I am having with this anime. I wanted to be invested in this anime, but this anime doesn't let me too, and so it's left me with this feeling of not fulfilling my feeling of trying to invest in this anime. And so Kakano Inosuke episode 5, new start of the relationship, interesting anime life of she doesn't have friends, she's being idle because she wants to find someone to have to live life in bed after the starting of new life relationship for it to be better. Like this anime, I watch it, like it feels the plot isn't progressing, it's just bland, and so that it just goes on and on, but there's some kind of scenes that like I don't know what the point of this anime is. Doesn't really any good story enough to pull me in Kaku no Inosuke. It's just the relationship problem that doesn't stress us enough. And so this anime also feels like I wanted to like it, but it's just kind of bland. It's just kind of. There's also this scene of like the main protagonist talking and goes to the house of Hero, introducing and talking about stuff, and it's most blandest thing ever. But the score is like, I'm not playing with this anime. I'm not just like I also like this anime in episode 1 to 4, but in episode 5 I think the story is not moving forwards, so the score is also too good. So Koi wo Shikai wo Seifuku no Atode, another underrated anime, good compared to the other romance except maybe Iron and Sun. This anime has interesting point of conflict of life and plot progressing with interesting characters conflict, even if it's side characters. Sweet moments in this anime also has some sense of meaning. video wanting to help to wet and trust for Destiny to give him up, and so like there's also in the older episode there's also the philosophy of follow your dream and doesn't affected by anyone else, which is the main theme of this anime. That episode is good. I don't remember, but as far as all the conflict and sweet moment goes, this episode seems like a bit like, this could be diving more into conflict of the episode before having the sidetrack to Iron Chan, which this episode, I think that the score is I think that it's okay. Good, it's good. Summertime render in the episode 5. One of the animated people praised the most. It's not overrated, but it's not also that bad. But it's not also that good as some people say it is. But it's kind of worth the praise. Interesting concept through villain. As complained in episode 4 before, is getting 3 of us. There's a lot of the reasoning, logic, fighting of shadow, mechanic, dread between shadow boss, as we know a lot of characters' personality and what they want add depth to the meaningful dialogue, animation, sound, framing, what makes us feel scared, what happened, like there is the reasoning behind the shadow and whatnot, but still feels scared of it because animations. But like summertime render in the episode 5, like I also complained this anime that there's uses a lot of the courses just of main protagonists traveling cheese and only in one perspective. This kind of anime needs a lot of the perspective in order in different points of views in order to make this kind of anime good. So, but in the other episode, there's also the point of view of Ryunosuke Sensei, which is a person that is the author of the books in. So, the score in this episode is interesting. It's thrilling. It's I'd say it's great. It's great, really great, this episode, and this Tomodachi game. This episode really intense. It's one survival game that I think I enjoy the most without giving me that much bad feeling. Or some slow pace episode. Tomodachi-Ke goes on and on. The game, I really don't understand any logic in the game. You need to think that Tinty is one who did it, and Yuji and Saf. Horrendous drama of Mikasa Tenchi. I don't understand the logic of the anime, of the game in this anime. So it's hilarious. It's interesting, but it just goes on and on. It's just I just kind of bored of it. When I think about it, it's just trying to play the viewer without having any good plot. The score is good. And Tsubagi Ninja Tsubagi, which I believe it's below. Okay. So the strong point of this anime is that there is interaction of the characters and conflict. Sometimes it couldn't be that bad to get pampered. Sometimes you want, sometimes you don't. It's normal, and I just feel good and bad at it and feel it. And this anime just has this interesting character design, cute animation. Expect no less from Cloverwork. Characters depth, more than fan service of the other episode. Animation, great fight between Tsubaki and Horse Squad. Whole entire ending renew to Ajisai and Ox Squad as it renew in every episode. And like this anime having a lot of budget into it. Cloverwork is, serious at doing this anime and not at Tokyo 24 Nijuyanku, which is a fucking anime that's confusing, that is so bland, that is having nothing to watch and is boring. It's really boring, Tokyo Nijuyanku. Like, I don't know why Cloverwork is, serious with some anime and not in the order. Like, it's also good at doing Akibi in the later season. Like, I don't know what amount of the productions worker the animator, the Cloverwork has, but why Cloverwork has doing the re-anime in the near 2 seasons, like, it's impossible, it's mind-blowing. The fan service first half without plot progressing. Sasanga personality as Tsubaki simp is annoying me, since it should have more personality drive and variety. Like, Sasanga is now 100% annoying horses. Like, I don't know why. So, the score of the Ninja Tsubaki probably is great. And one of the anime that I love, that I wanted it to be good, that I wanted it to, that I praise, that I love, that I think wanted it to be good franchises, but I can't because it's boring. It's like, I can't. It's just boring. It's just bland with the animation, with the everything, with its plot, with its decisions of the story. If it's continue on, I would drop it in the episode 6 or 7. Heroine need to choose between running and her idol management, aka lip lips. Feels like getting 2 fish in one hand, while Hiri trying to run also help Lip Lip. How she gonna have time to do 2 things? Generic story goes too fast if the story doesn't have any time to explore the character. So with just the score of this anime is so with just sound effect and stupid stuff happening. Here she's 2 thing doesn't have any problem for just 2 things that even Lip say that they wanted Hiyori to choose to run, but she chose 2 things, and it's why you choose 2 things? It didn't fix any of her problem. It didn't contribute to anything, and it's a stupid decisions and treated as the story treated as good. I don't understand. I don't never understand. RPG for Dawson, episode 5. My maybe first dragon Dark Lord wanted to live in human world, so she got into a kid's farm for sex at night. With this level of mystery, conflict, and how choosing the house for everyone. Everyone needs place to live. Dragon Darkland, everyone needs home and place to be. This philosophy of this anime: give horse to crowd, give somewhere a Danga monster to belong. Dango. Maybe there will be bigger conflict in the future, I don't know, but RPG Fidel has good progressions, plot, mystery, and for far cards are so far. This is all about finding its place for a monster to be in. From boring finding place with unrelevant fan service to be a better source of life, this anime has improved. The score is great. This anime great. No problem with it. Then answer episode 5. What a crazy, what a dancing. Fight with Bali. Fight with the storytelling. Bali, excellent animation, dance, CGI, and interesting fighting of the Bali, dancing, how the Bali goes. It's really a Bali anime where other sports anime like Love All Play is bland and not praying about badminton. This anime is telling the story and fighting and make it like the myth of the Bali, of the rough buff villain playing by Lui Omori. She is, when he fights, he have this kind of the drive of madness of when he dances to the Junpei, and so these people are having a good anime, having a lot of good animation, having a lot of short storytelling by the ballet. With me, who doesn't watch ballet ever, understand the story of that it's trying to tell, and the fight between Junpei that is crazily getting up every time he got beaten by Luo, and it's kind of just this acting, this fighting, not by violence but by ballet, is what make this anime a ballet anime. Not the badminton anime that claims to be badminton, but about the relationship of the characters, not about the other sport anime Awashi, which I say it's good, but it isn't about storytelling by the also related to the sagas, but not make me astonished by the sagas. Weird experimental storytelling make up all of the boring generic story. The story of this anime, despite the storytelling, despite animations, is also still generic. Freaking directing is amazing, stellar. The characters is still one I mentioned, but the score is great. And Chaiji-kun episode 5, Explore Your A Plus, doesn't excessively use drama or cuteness of the characters and the builds with the fan service, rather uses with the story. Enjoy the process of it. The story is good. It's great. Oh my god. So the next anime is Love All Play. Intrigue fight between Matsuda and Mishima, and Matsuda, as Matsuda's stamina is bad, like you could say muscle is choking his you know, vibrating. He's bad, but he is good at hitting the badminton, so at the last moment Mitsushima loses because he lost his control. Mitsushima is bad at control, but Matsuda is good at control, is good at hitting the badminton. The relationship of Mitsushima and older characters explored. Mitsushima muscle is checked in the pill, so he stopped at his ability. This anime made interesting tactics and badminton play. The score, I think, is good. The score is good. Healer Girl in the episode 5. What a great vacation episode. There's a lot of directions, there's a lot of animation, there's a lot of the just completed one episode. It feels like fulfilling and completeness from this episode. Like, we know more about the relationship of the characters, directions is also animation, is also steering. This anime we explore the dream of one of the main characters, Hibiki, when he, himself, the music teacher, and his dream, her dream to become the one of the healer, which the other characters we don't know yet. The yellow hair characters call, I don't remember his name. Her name, Raimi, I think. She wanted to be healer because she liked music's relationship with her peers. One thing I don't like about this episode is that there's the mentioning of the dream of the Raimi, that she wanted to be air hostess and she held by the air hostess that is healer, and so she is a person that is like, and she found the teacher and she little bit, and that moment she found out she is the teacher, and it's the dream that she wanted to be her one day. And this is, the scene got cut so fast without realizing the dream of Raimi, and so it's kind of feel a bit lost and disappointed that design medicine play this pieces of plot points much with sheer direction, and some meat of the story make while going on the perfect adventure. And that moment of Remy that she go on with the teacher, she lost her big dream and she feels kind of disappointed, but the story just goes on. Like the Studio 3 heard made another good episode of the Healer Girl. Outstanding. It's outstanding. The another anime I'm gonna talk about is Eroistic-Ke episode 5, predictable story, cute sexy characters, mostly about fan service, and it's cute CGI. Why not do anything about world building? I don't understand. So I don't understand anything about this anime if it's not having another good plot point. I've dropped this anime. But is it that bad about this anime that people say it is? It is not that bad CGI anime. It has cute CGI, it has good animation, fairly good animation, as not like people in the Minimalist website say. And so skipped to Brother Ring. I don't understand logic of this. if you think golf is just hitting the club without battling with the ROI. Because golf is just the hitting the club, maybe she need to. But the real problem is that it doesn't show any golf about golf vibe. And repeat that we are not the same world as Eve and ROI. It's boring with this generic plot. At least show golf match in VR, like the tactics. The anime is so. Okay, so the end of the episode. If you have anything, you could always email me or comments below if you have any things. I always welcome everyone to Eroistic family with the open arms. I'm just a lonely weep shit, doesn't have a life. I just miss everything in my life. Only thing I have left is the anime, so I'm not being anywhere. I am here with everyone in Eroistic family. Although after this episode I may not upload that much or may just quit YouTube doing my manga.